Hey guys, I'm going to give you a minute here to pop on, and we're going to talk about what in the world you do with these oils that you just got from April that might be sitting in a box under your bed with all your other oils that might be hiding out under your bed too. Because what else are you going to do with your spares but stick them under the bed like I do? But I do put them in I do put them in a cute little box that I got from Michael's so they can hide underneath the bed in a cute box. Okay, so we're gonna jump in. So basil, oh my gosh. If you haven't opened up your bottle of basil, it's one of my favorite oils. It's one of, hey Teresa, it's one of the raindrop oils. I use it a lot in my massage practice. But we're gonna talk about one thing before I jump into basil is, so there's two oils, right? So you have the regular basil and you have the Basil Vitality, okay? Same oil, different bottle, different SKU to make the FDA happy, but in order to talk about it compliantly, we have to make sure we reference whichever one we're talking about. So, only for internal use, external use and diffusers, same exact oil, different label, okay? All right, so let's talk about basil. If you have your Basil Vitality, there is a really good vegan bruschetta. Hey, Michelle. There's a vegan bruschetta recipe that is awesomeness. I've made this for a couple parties. It's super easy and yummy. It's 4 ripe tomatoes. I'll post it. It is half a cup of olive oil, 3 drops of Young Living Basil Vitality, 2 tablespoons of parsley, dried parsley, 1 clove of garlic, salt to taste. Mix it all together and stick it on some cute little, like, you know, little loaves of bread. And it's delicious. It is so good. So use your Basil Vitality for that. Anytime you have a recipe that calls for basil, either fresh or dry, reach for this guy. I don't buy herbs anymore. I just use my oils. So you're going to use 1 to 3 drops. I go with less because it's easier to add more than try to repair later. So start with 1 drop. If you need a little bit more, add more. But usually you don't need more than 3. So it is super, super yummy. Okay, so this month you got these cool dryer balls, right? Hopefully you still have them and they're not lost, like I lost my last set. I think they roll under the bed with my spare oils. So we got these awesome dryer balls. And so what great way, I like to stick basil on here too. They smell so good with basil, but you can make a laundry booster. It is super easy. Here's mine. Target sells a basil laundry booster, y'all. And we don't want that chemicals in our house, so we can make our own. The first 2 ingredients are basil and salt. So you're already like ahead of the game. So here's the recipe that I've been using. Use some Epsom salt or sea salt. Use 1.5 cups. Some baking soda, 1/2 cup. And 20 to 30 drops of essential oil. So you can use whichever one you want. But I was using basil because that's what they had in the Target recipe and I wanted to see how I liked it. And so all I do is I shake it out a little bit and I leave it open for like a day, just so it dries out a little bit. And then I close it up. And then I add 2 to 3 tablespoons to my wash. And oh, my clothes smell so good. So you can make a laundry booster with your basil. This basil, see, I'm totally compliant. And it's wonderful. So it's great. So the Epsom salts are going to dissolve in the water. It's just a vehicle to get your scent mixed together in your laundry and add some softening too. Baking soda is also a natural deodorizer. It keeps your laundry nice and bright. And it's so much cheaper than, you know, buying that junk at the store. Let's see. I also like to use, yes, the dryer balls are the best. My dog plays with them. Use them on any kind of fatigue muscles or joints. I like to use it in my massage practice. Like I said, it's part of the raindrop kit. So use it after your workouts. You can, you know, put some coconut oil on there too. So basil, here's one of my favorite things for basil is it's fantastic. Let's see. Yes, you got it right. 20 to 30 drops of essential oil and you'll be totally set, but I'll post it. Okay, so basil is fantastic for promoting a happy respiratory system. Probably didn't know that one. It is awesome. All you hear are crickets when you get done. So I like to combine it with RC or just use it on its own. I'll mix it in with a coconut oil and I'll rub it on the front of the chest and the back of the chest. this guy is like a total powerhouse. So if you're not using your basil, basil is amazing. Yes, okay, so great. Okay, so another little basil hack. Basil is really good to add to your outdoor sprays. So I take the insect repellent. Here's my little jobby. I take the insect repellent. I add a couple tablespoons to my jar. Oh, you're so sweet, Stephanie. I add a few drops to my jar, and then I'll throw in some basil, some citronella, just a little bit extra. Add some eucalyptus and add some lavender to it. Doesn't matter which eucalyptus, just throw it in, whichever one you have. And some lemongrass and some rosemary. Oh, it makes my outdoor spray the best. My husband comes in requesting me to refill the bottle because we have this huge climbing wall and all his friends come over with their deed stuff, and then which one's slaying everything is my outdoor spray. So put your basil in there. If you do have a family member that has a history of seizures, you might not want to use the basil around them. They might have some issues with it. So just be aware if you have a seizure history. For diffusing with basil, I like to do 3 drops lime, 2 drops basil, and 2 drops peppermint. It is so pretty. And then another good one is 4 drops lime, 2 drops basil, 3 drops bergamot. Now, if you're saying, I don't have lime, that's all cool because you're getting it this month if you're getting the freebies. See that? 2 things in 1. Okay. And yeah, I think Myra was posting that she was diffusing lime, was it lemon and basil together? Super pretty, really fresh. Okay. One of the biggest things that I have people ask me about is, I got this Fennel, but I don't know what to do with it. I don't have babies anymore, right? Fennel's awesome. Okay, you can make a milk roller, and I encourage you, if you have any pregnant friends or friends that are getting ready to have a baby, do them a favor and make them a nursing mama roller. They will be your best friend. And if you really, when I tell you some of the things you can do with this guy, if you still are like, give it to them. Put it in a baby gift. That's what I do. So, but this oil is really cool, and I'll explain it in a second. So you can get a little mini roll-on, do 15 drops basil. Oh, look, there it is, the basil again. 15 drops fennel, and you can do 5 drops of either Stress Away or Joy, and add some fractionated coconut oil, and they just apply it to the outsides of their breasts after they feed, and their milk supply is just gonna go boom, okay? So these oils are fantastic. I wish I had these as a nursing mama. If your friend is a new nursing mama and doesn't quite, still working on that whole process, when you do get your period back, your supply tanks, and it's so stressful because you're like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna feed my baby? If I had this little super mama milk roller, oh my gosh, that would have just made me feel so much better. So make your friends a milk roller. It's amazing. Just help them. Okay, let's see. So Fennel is an Allerzyme, which we're gonna talk about in a minute. Okay, and it's in all of the enzymes. Do you feel what I'm saying right now? Okay, if you don't get it, hold on a second. It's in Digest. So Fennel is fantastic for the digestive system. Use your Fennel. Fennel Vitality, stick it in a capsule whenever you need a little extra digestive support. Guess what else Fennel's in? It's in Citrus Slim. Hello, summer is coming. Summer is coming. So make yourself a little Vitality Fennel, stick it in a capsule. Hey, Jan. And dude, melt the stuff away. It's a metabolism booster. So yeah, help increase your metabolism. Who doesn't want to do that? I'm all in. Okay, you can add it to a capsule. You can put a drop under your tongue to help with sugary cravings. Y'all, digestion, wait. You don't know what to do with this Fennel now? This Fennel just became your best friend. I know it's my best friend. You can apply Fennel to your wrists to help reduce carb cravings. Dude, carbs. I just need that for period month right there. Oh, speaking of period week. Okay, Shark Week. It's a real thing. If you take some Fennel and you dilute it and you apply it to your tummy and your low back, it helps with menstruation. Okay, y'all? Now you see the value of fennel. Fennel, it is awesome. It does taste like licorice. I hate black licorice, but if you need to do it, you need to do it. So it also helps with feelings of courage and confidence. But we got our valor for that too. So try your fennel. Don't be scared of your fennel. It also helps calm minor skin irritations. Do you know what it does? It reduces, yes, Sharpie. It reduces pore size. Who doesn't want to have smaller pores? Fennel, okay? Add that to your toner. And we're gonna talk about toner in just a second. But let's talk about Allerzyme. I just got home a little while ago and I couldn't find my brand new one, but here's my old Allerzyme. Allerzyme is amazing. All the enzymes are amazing, and I'm always super stoked when Young Living gives us some of the supplements, because I think the supplements are one of the best things about Young Living. I have boxes of oils. They don't always get used all the time. I use my supplements every single day, multiple handful size things of our supplements. Okay, so Allerzyme is the vegetarian capsule. So if you have a vegetarian in your group and they want to know which capsule is vegetarian friendly, Allerzyme, that is your jam, okay? So it breaks down sugars, as well as carbs, especially, hey Jenny, especially the ones found in beans, which can be hard to digest. It has the highest amount of essential oils, which are tarragon, ginger, peppermint, juniper, which you'll be getting this month, lemongrass, fennel, again with the fennel, okay? We should like count how many times I say fennel. Lemongrass, anise, and patchouli. So it's a delayed capsule, and so take it in between meals. I like taking mine in the morning. I think it was a tip that I got from Lindsay Elmore. I take it the first thing in the morning when I take my PD 80/20, when I take my Cortistop, when I take my Comfortone. So I take it first thing in the morning, so that way I start my stomach off right. It's sticking some good enzymes in there before I start, eating throughout the day, and by eating I mean a bulletproof coffee. So I take that first thing in the morning. So take it in between meals. It is a fantastic one. Okay, let's talk about tea tree. I'm trying to make this not go on all night for you guys. Okay, so tea tree is like another version of lavender, in my opinion, because I don't know, I feel like I use it for everything. One of my favorite things for tea tree is this guy is my daughter's detangler that I make. And I make, I don't know if it's gluten-free. I think there's a gluten-free list that you can find in your virtual office. And so they could tell you that for sure. So homemade detangler, I make this with copaiba, and the conditioner. I dilute it, and then I add all my oils to it and some warm water. So I always add tea tree to her detangler because it keeps just her coming home. Nobody else is hopping on board coming home with her. It's just her and her clean hair. You feel me? I know y'all do. Okay, so I stick it in her detangler. It's fantastic for skin. It is calming for those occasional blemishes, okay? I just apply it topically. My friend Suzanne Cox posted this really good toner recipe because our toner's out of stock right now. It just went out of stock. And so, my husband's coming in just a second. So you use a 2-ounce container of your choice, 2 ounces of witch hazel, half a teaspoon of vitamin E, 3 drops of frankincense. You can put in 3 drops of tea tree. These are all optional. 3 drops of cypress. You better put in 3 drops of fennel because, pores and all. 3 drops of geranium. Mix it all up and use that. Well, if you don't have the art toner right now, that's how you can make your own until it comes back in stock. Okay, so one of the last things that I use my my tea tree oil for, off the top of my head, I like to make like a little owie blend. I keep it in the backpack whenever we travel. So it is 10 drops frankincense, 10 drops lavender, and 10 drops tea tree oil. And then just throw some V6 in it. Roll it on as you need to. As somebody falls, push somebody, and then you can use it on them. See that? They can have an oil experience. So make yourself some toner, make yourself some owie blend, make your friend a mole milk. I think that's what Barbara was calling it the other day. roll-on, so that way they can help feed their babies. Try making a laundry booster. There's all kinds of cool things that you can make and use these oils in right now. So I challenge you guys to find one of these recipes that you want to do and see how you like it. And I'll post some recipes when I get off, probably after I feed myself. Okay, thanks for watching, you guys. See you next month.